Hey guys, welcome back on the channel, and in this video I'm gonna walk you through SushiSwap, how you can earn passive income with it. As you can see on screen, ranked by fees and revenue on DeFi Llama, SushiSwap is the sixth DEX on the chart. So one of the things that I like about SushiSwap is the fact that they probably are the only DEX that has this many chains that you can interact with. Over 15. I mean, all the big names, smaller names are there. So it's a one spot that you can go and do a lot of things. You can provide liquidity, you can cross chain swap, you can also pay stuff with SushiSwap on a scheduled manner. You'll understand more about that later on in the video as I point out all those features on SushiSwap. But one of the things that you should be aware of when you're just selecting one of a protocol that you want to provide liquidity with is the amount of revenue that they have been generating. And as you can see, this is the sixth in in the rankings. There are others which are paying more, like for example Camelot, Radium, but these are newer dexes, and I'm talking about SushiSwap today because they have a proven track record. They are a fork of Uniswap, the number one, which is good because Uniswap has the best safe security when it comes to their protocols, never been hacked. And since SushiSwap is a fork of it, it shines a good light upon them when it comes to safety as well. And that's the main thing you should be aware when it comes to providing liquidity. One of the, if not the biggest risk to users that provide liquidity for any protocol is the safety of funds. There are a ton of things that can go wrong because DeFi is a new technology. It's still growing, it's still evolving. And for example, there was a swap. Let me scroll down to show you. So this was it, Kyber swap. These guys had a big hack 1 year or 2 years ago. I don't recall properly. But after it, recently, like a couple of weeks ago or something, they also had another exploit happening. And they are a big DEX, as you can see here, number 14th in the rankings. So this goes to show that there are still risks you are incurring in a layer of risk when you provide your tokens to these protocols, because now it's on SushiSwap, for example, it's on them to make sure that their safety is top notch and no one can touch the funds. Okay, although that being said, it's something that occurs somewhat often in DeFi protocols being hacked or exploited. That tends to happen because, like I said, it's a still on growing and building technology. Okay, so that being said, now that you know there's risks to it, and there's more risks like impermanent loss and etc., but those are more on you, on your side of assessing uh, the reliability of any pair when you're providing liquidity. But you will understand that better as we look into practical examples. Right now, let me just switch up here on SushiSwap, and I did a zoom in onto their TVL chart because I wanted to highlight this. What you're looking on screen right now is the May 19th of 2021 because it's the day where they had the highest revenue. They paid out a revenue to the people supporting the platform by providing liquidity. The revenue paid out was over $1.6 million. That's in one single day. Of course, this was in the golden days of DeFi back in the, it was still spring, but it was already predicting the summer of 2021. But as you can see, one day with 10 million revenue generated just in fees, it's insane. And 1.6, over 1.6 of that was used to pay out to investors. And so the people who were already providing liquidity on Uniswap, on SushiSwap back then, they had a really juicy bonus on these very active days. And as you can see, other days happened where the revenue was, for example, May 18th, over $500,000 paid in revenues. Of course, there are higher and lower days, but this is the type of thing that can happen in the middle of a bull market. Okay, so providing liquidity to protocols such as SushiSwap, it's a really um, it's probably one of the best, in my opinion, it's one of the best ways that you can earn passive income with crypto, because right now, at this time, the big players are not allowed to provide liquidity to crypto. That's why the people can have like huge APRs in the order of triple digits, something like that. So that's so that you can have an idea of the potential of these platforms, other than ROI dApps, because, well, I'm doing this as a follow-up of my latest video, and if you just came from the ROI dApps niche in crypto, well, understand that there DeFi, it's not just ROI dApps. DeFi is a whole different thing. That's just a small niche where you can make very interesting gains in a short amount of time. But this place here with DEXs, SushiSwap, etc., this is a type of revenue that it's for the long run. You will keep on earning revenue as long as the protocol operates and as long as people use the platform. Okay, so let's jump in on SushiSwap now. In here, I want to show you, I will start by going into the pools, and I'm going to show you a pool that I found out just recently. So it was really good that I'm doing the video today, because I'm pretty sure that that same pool will shrink very fast for the following days and weeks. And yeah, first I'm gonna go and show you all about the pools, which is how you can provide um, liquidity with and earn passive income. But we will also look into the swap feature, which will allow you to make cross-chain swaps, and you will understand more about that when I show you. Just in case you're a newbie, don't worry, I got you covered. I'm gonna give you things step by step here. So there's the swap feature, also the pay feature that I never used, but I'm gonna also let you know what's up with that. And buy crypto, which is a really also good way to just on ramp crypto with fiat. Okay, so let's get started. Let's look at the pools, and for that, let's go up here on the analytics chart of SushiSwap. So if you're wondering, where does the revenue come from? Well, it comes from the fees, like I just told you. And here it says it all. Providing liquidity to a pool allows you to earn a percentage of the pool's traded volume, as well as any extra rewards if the pool is incentivized. Okay, so this is where the money is coming from. And let's found that one pool that I'm on the lookout for. So there's a ton of pools here that you can select and provide liquidity to. Now, one of the things you should be aware is impermanent loss. If you don't know about that, make some research about it. But basically, impermanent loss happens when, for example, Illuvium and ETH, let's say this pair, if the prices of each token diverge too much, you will experience losses in permanent loss. So it doesn't matter if today you just added $100 or $1,000 in liquidity to this pool. If the price of those tokens differs too much, you will experience that your money will start to shrink. It will start to be worth less. In a bull market, which many people say we are experiencing already, that's not something that we usually worry about. But overall, if you want to avoid impermanent loss, you should aim for tokens which are very well correlated. And for that, I already did a video on Yield Farming 101, telling you how you can do, um, telling you what correlation is and how you can use DeFi Llama to find out about correlated tokens. Okay, so that being said, for example, Bitcoin and ETH, they move prices very much in tune. They are very strong correlated tokens. And if you decide to provide liquidity with both, your impermanent loss probably, if it happens, it's going to be very, very little compared to other tokens. If you stay with these blue chip um, uh, pairs, usually you will not experience impermanent loss. And if you do, it's going to be something very, very minimal that can be easily offset by the gains that you get on SushiSwap, for example. And by the way, I didn't mention, but SushiSwap pays in its native token, which is sushi. So let me show you the sushi price, just since we are on topic right now. All right, so just that you can have an idea, this is the all-time chart for the sushi swap token sushi, and you can see it was worth something uh, something around $22 per token at all-time high. So that's currently it's not looking so good, but in a bull market expected to pump probably it, it can go 10x from now, at least 5, but probably 10, I would say. That's just my opinion. Total supply, as you can see, 250 million, or and circulating supply 232 million. So total supply it's almost reached, which shouldn't impact the price all that much, I would say. But yeah, this is a token that you will get paid um, by providing liquidity on SushiSwap. So let's move back onto their pools. I'm going to start to show you the pools that they have on display here. Now I'm going to select the type and put here SushiSwap v3, and networks. I want to go on Arbitrum because Arbitrum has really nice options right now. You could select by farms only or smart pool only if you want to just filter your search. So let's see what they have here. Now this is the liquidity pair I was aiming to talk to you about. It's by far the best option I found here on SushiSwap. Usually I do not provide liquidity with SushiSwap unless there's a big something big like this that I'm just about to show you. ETH and ARB, a blue chip, and Arbitrum token, which is a layer 2 of Ethereum. So when it comes to token correlation that I just told you about, these two just go hand in hand. ARB is a layer 2 of Ethereum. They have a strong correlation, and ARB will most likely outperform Ethereum in this bull market because Ethereum is already has a much higher market cap, and Ethereum already saw a bull market, while Arbitrum didn't, and it's worth $1, $2, something like that, around that right now. So there's a lot of potential for Arbitrum to grow, and there's a ton of interesting features on their blockchain. There's a lot of people developing and a lot of projects growing on in there. So there's a lot of potential for Arbitrum to grow in price, in market share. So that's something you should be aware of if you're just looking at this pair, because it's not just one of those pairs that you provide liquidity to farm and dump. In here, you can look at Arbitrum as a really potential winner in this bull market, as I think it is. So overall TVL of this pool is 1.5 million. APR, I gotta tell you, I found this a couple hours ago and I decided to do the video on SushiSwap just because of it. It was over 300% a couple hours ago, and depending on the moment that you're watching the video, it's probably not gonna still be at 284%. It's gonna keep on shrinking for the upcoming days because, like I told you, it's a very strong correlated pair. It has a blue chip Ethereum and a really strong token with potential of growth, Arbitrum. Um, so yeah, expect this APR to grow or to shrink for the next couple of days. So that's one of the things why it's important to get in on these pools, because if you are early enough getting into this liquidity pair, for example, and provide liquidity to it, what happens is that for the next few days you will earn almost 1% a day, and easily you can make 5% on your investment for the next 10-15 days, even if the APR keeps dropping. If you are early enough, you can make, in the first 5 days you can make almost 5%, if not more. It depends, but usually this APR tends to shrink because of the reasons I just told you. And yeah, even if that's the case, if you are early enough, you can make 5% in 10 days, for example. But even if you make just 5% in 1 month, I mean, what option in traditional finance in the banking system is giving you that? They don't even pay 5% a year, much less in a month. And that's just the revenue that you'll be getting, because these two tokens are also providing a lot of volume. They are traded um, with a lot of volume. So that's one of the other things you should look out for when providing liquidity, not just the APR, but also the volume that is being generated by the liquidity. The more volume there is, the more fees it will generate, and the more revenue will be paid out to the supporters providing liquidity. Okay, so there's other options here, but this is by far the best in my opinion. The little icon here on the right is ARB. So this one operates in the ARB blockchain. Luckily, SushiSwap operates over 15 other chains, includes Arbitrum. You select them here on the networks like I showed you, and you should be good to go. But there might be other options in other networks, but triple digits in these two tokens, I mean, it's a really nice opportunity. Okay, so there's going to be other options, but yeah, this is one I wanted to share with you, and highly likely you won't find a better one here on SushiSwap. Okay, so let's move on, and moving on, I want to talk to you a little bit about the other features of SushiSwap, which are, in my opinion, the cross-chain swap. It's a must. It's very handy. It will allow you to bridge and swap tokens in one go. So you can just hit two birds with one stone, as they say. And I'll show you that in a second when this loads out. All right, here we are. Now, we have trading here. It shows you in the real-time price of sushi. You have the cross-chain swap toggle off. So if it's off, it means that you can use this to trade as with any other DEX. You choose your network of choice up here from Ethereum or any other that you might choose. Remember, there's over 15. It's probably the DEX with the most chains to choose from. And one of the reasons is the cross-chain swap feature, I believe. So as it is now, you trade as you would with any other DEX, right? You choose the token you want to trade from your wallet, the other token that you want to trade to, you connect your wallet, and you then just go ahead, accept the transaction in your wallet. It's as usual, business as usual, right? Now, if you toggle the cross-chain swap feature, now what you're doing is that you can, at the same time that you trade tokens or swap tokens, you can bridge them from Ethereum to Arbitrum. You see, from shows you the network that you are currently on. In this case, is Ethereum, but you can select all of these on the list. And two, currently they have ARB, but you can also select all of this on the list. Okay, so that's a really nice feature, super handy, and like I said, this is a reliable DEX. So if you're worried about safety of your funds and all, these guys have been around for a while. They have this feature, so they're very much trustworthy. All right, now let's move on to the other feature, pay. I never used this one, but basically it's what it just explains here. SushiPay allows you to stream any ERC20 token to any wallet. Create a simple stream to automate salaries, or create a vest for vesting schedules. So if you want to set up something that allows you to just on a scheduled date to move funds, this can be an option for you. I never used it, so I cannot vouch um, in favor or against it because I don't have experience using it, but nonetheless, it's something that SushiSwap allows you to do. And another very cool feature is the buy crypto. Here you can buy crypto with any fiat currency that you have. Basically, there's euro, there's a ton of fiat currencies like Albania, Argentina, Australia, you name it. There's a ton of probably all the currencies, fiat currencies in the world are here. And if you are looking to buy crypto with them, you just have to pay using the option of choice here. So there's a bank, credit card, SEPA bank transfer, Apple Pay, Google Pay. There's so many more. Neteller, Skrill, debit card, Revolut Pay, so a ton of options. So it's very easy and convenient to buy crypto here, also with SushiSwap. The difference is that when you're buying crypto with them, since they are decentralized compared with, for example, Binance or most other DEXs, you won't need to KYC to buy crypto. While on most DEXs, on most SEXs, centralized exchanges, you have to provide a level of KYC by handing out your driver's license, PDF, something like that. In here, since it's a DEX, so it's decentralized, you don't have to do that. You just select your option of payment and boom, you should be good to go, right? So one other cool feature that SushiSwap offers to its users. And basically that's it. Uh, Take a look into it. I just gave you a very nice opportunity there with the pool that they have. In the analytics, they give you more numbers here to work with. I'm not really sure what these numbers here are looking for, but like I told you, look at volume, look at the fees generated, also APR, but mostly volume, TVL. Look at the ratio of volume and TVL because it doesn't really matter if the TVL is 1 million and the volume for the day is $1,000. I mean, it's much better if the TVL is 1 million and the volume is 100K or 10K. Okay, so the volume is very important also, um, alongside with correlation to avoid impermanent loss and etc. And basically, Arbitrum was also one of the options I was giving you because Arbitrum has really nice farms nowadays. They are experiencing some incentives on the network. It's one of the best networks to just provide liquidity and earn passive income with it. So that's why I was showing you that specific farm. But there's more options, obviously, and it's just a matter of you choosing the one that you see fit, the one that you think it's going to be handing you the best rewards, and enjoy some passive income opportunities with SushiSwap, for example. So that being said, I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, doubts that I may help you with, feel free to drop them on the comments down below. If not, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more of this type of content. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one, guys.